Yo, what is good guys, and welcome back to our F1 Ultra Career Mode. We are here for the 4th round of the season in Baku, and yeah, last race did not really go to plan because we started in P7 and we ended up crashing, which is very unfortunate. But as you can see here, we did bring a reliability upgrade, and I have brought quite some reliability upgrades because I really wanted to reliability, because I think reliability to me is more important than finishing than the speed, because if people don't finish, then you can have a chance of getting a better result, even though I've only got 1 point so far this season, which isn't great considering my team already has 12. And look at the R&D chart, we haven't really developed much. Some of the teams have developed, and Red Bull have overtaken Ferrari in China with massive upgrade, and Williams have caught up with it, so that's good. Anyways, my gearbox is really worn after the last race, so I'm going to actually take a penalty, and I'm probably going to be starting last, because why not? I don't really want to do Baku with a very worn gearbox, because it'll make it 10 times harder. And also, yeah, if I have a very worn gearbox, then it'll make it harder for me to like run on the straight, because unlike the straight, if you have a gearbox issue and it jams your gears, then yeah. Anyway, standings wise, there isn't really much. Hamilton is leading the championship, just 14 points ahead of Leclerc, who has been really picking up as he won the last race in China. Kimi is still P9 in the standings after he got 2 points finished, and we sit in P15 with 1 point. We're the okay, we're like one of the worst drivers who has scored a point, so yeah. We're gonna head into the race now and see what happens.
Welcome to qualifying in the Republic of Azerbaijan. The teams are making their last-minute adjustments before the lights go green, and the fight for pole position can get underway. And I'm here, of course, with Anthony Davidson on what has turned out to be a very pleasant day indeed. No weather to interfere, no problems on the track, so absolutely no room for error.
That's right, Crofty. It's looking good out there at the moment. Each team will have their own game plan for this session, and of course, once the cars leave the garage, they'll be under parc fermé conditions, so any last-minute adjustments need to be done right here and now. Beyond that, it's all up to the driver. Who can keep their tyres in the right temperature? Who can hit their apexes? No race fuel on board these days, of course. These are the fastest cars we've had in a long, long time, and it's right here in qualifying where they're at their absolute peak. Let's get started.
So it's time for qualifying, and to be completely honest, I don't really have high hopes for this race or quality, because like we're not really quick at Baku, and yeah, to be fair, it's a track which you can easily crash because of the walls, and I'm very good at crashing on the F1 game. So yeah, but we are going to be heading onto the very long straight, which is one of the longest on the F1 game, as we're going to go 341 and a brake for the first corner. Hamilton, to be fair, is going to be hoping to keep his lead in the title pretty decent, because Leclerc winning in Shanghai might not really help him, to be fair. As yeah, hopefully I can qualify pretty well on this circuit, because if I don't, then my team are not going to be happy with me after what happened in the last race. So yeah. But to be completely honest, I'm not really good, so I'm not expecting to qualify that high anyways. As long as I qualify higher than P18, then we should be good. And yeah, I don't know why I keep pausing the menu every time I look at these replays or something. And we're almost 9/10 down on Hamilton, which I don't know if that's concerning or not, because like, if we're like 9/10 down on Hamilton, then we could just not have much pace, to be fair. So yeah. But it seems like that Lando Norris is coming up ahead, and I am kind of concerned that he might block me, because he has done his lap. As it says, he's P7, so he has probably done his lap. So that is a bit concerning. And I hope he was going to let me pass, but I don't think he really wants to be fair, as I don't know why he's slowing down already here at this corner. Like, he kind of held me up here. And eventually I was thinking I was going to like send it down the inside of him on this corner so I could get past him, but the game decided to ghost me through Lando, and yeah. That was a waste, I guess, so I lost a lot of time because of that. But I do have the DRS from Lando, so I'm going to go through him again. I don't know what is going on. So yeah, that was rather weird. We are going to be heading up to the finish line and see what our lap time is going to be, as we're going to be going pretty quick, and we're going to set a 1:41.6, and we're about 2.5 seconds off Hamilton. We are slower than Kvyat. We're slower than Russell, but quicker than Kvyat. Okay, that is pretty interesting. So look at the lap times, we are technically last, so I thought it was a great idea to go out, because we could be eliminated in Q1. But for some reason, when I decided to go out on track, I decided to use a different camera angle, and eventually I turned into the wall for some absolute reason, and yeah, I now had wing damage, which is really not helping on my laptop because we could be slow. And yeah, eventually I kind of bottled it halfway through the lap because I ended up going over the curve, hit the wall, and gave myself an orange from wing just before the end of sector 1. And then I honestly just missed my braking point. Eventually tried to fix it and just slammed myself into the wall and damaged my entire front wing. So yeah, and because there wasn't enough time left in the session for me to fix it, I was eventually eliminated in Q1. So that's unfortunate. We were starting last anyway with the grid pen, so yeah. We're just gonna get on with the race and see what happens now. Oh my days, bro. Bro, sorry, there's something in my throat. I don't know what it is.
Good afternoon and welcome to Baku. This was the arena, if you think back to 2017, of one of the most eventful races of modern history, with controversy behind the safety car, last-second overtakes, and a historic podium for Williams and for Lance Stroll. So let's find out what lies in store for us this year. It's time for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Baku City Circuit then, an unpredictable 3.7-mile track around the streets of the Azerbaijan capital. 20 turns for our drivers to navigate today, including the infamous Turn 8, one of the tightest and most challenging corners of the season. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Bottas, Sergio Perez and Albon, Raikkonen, Verstappen, Grosjean and Daniel Ricciardo, Sainz, Gasly, Nico Hülkenberg and Stroll, Norris, Magnussen, Daniel Kvyat and Robert Kubica. Lucky and George Russell ends our grid lineup. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Okay, well, my bad, Jeff, for interrupting you. I want to check the race director, but for some reason I didn't check it. So it does seem like we don't really have any mixed surprises. Perez is in P5 ahead of both Red Bulls, and Kimi's in P7. There is a mixture of soft, medium, and the team want me to start on the soft. It will be a one-stop race. So that is interesting. But I prefer the medium because I have very bad tire wear. So I'm going to be going on the medium. And do the medium hard. So yeah, let's start the race, I guess. And the 5 laps are gonna go out right about now, and it's lights on, and away we go for the Baku GP, and we did not really have a good start, to be honest. Kubica's had a good start ahead of us, and he's trying to get past Kvyat. We're gonna, oh, Kvyat's braking a little bit later, so have I. We're gonna try and get past Magnussen, but Magnussen kind of hits us and almost pushes us into the wall. We didn't get damaged, luckily, but we are gonna send it on Magnussen and Lando Norris also. So we're gonna be officially up in P16. I'm trying to get past Lando, but I am just gonna use my rich fuel tactics so I can push a little bit harder. And yeah, we're already up to P16, so we've had a pretty good start. This race is probably gonna be chaotic because of the amount of crashes it might be, who knows. And yeah, eventually we're gonna send it down inside of Kvyat, and we're now up to P15, so that is pretty good, I guess. I may have sent Kvyat a little bit off course because he's lost a lot of time. But yeah, we have made up 5 positions on the start, or 4, I mean, I don't honestly know. So we've had a pretty good start, to be fair. The soft tire runners, if they get like stuck in traffic, they're going to actually pay early, which will be very good for us to compromise from. Sebastian Vettel's actually taking the lead, actually, from his teammate or something. I don't know. There's going to be like 4 cars. I don't know what is going on in front of me. This is absolutely crazy, as I'm not going to try and risk anything, of course. But Stroll might have had a bit of a bad exit, and we're going to try and get past him if we can. But we're not close enough. I was going to think going around the outside, but I don't like doing it. Oh, maybe we could get around the outside. Who knows? So yeah, eventually we're going to put the battery mode in overtake, and we're going to see if we can get past Stroll. Stroll's on the soft tyre, so he might be starting to struggle soon. I know it's only lap 2, but we're going to do a massive send on Stroll. Are we going to get him past? Okay, we are. Good. We were able to get past Stroll, and yeah, it seems like Grosjean and Gasly are really bad. And Grosjean started in the top 10, but actually he's had a pretty bad start. I don't know what Raikkonen is doing, because there's like a massive train on the minimap. It seems like everyone is stuck or something. And I was hoping I could stick with this train, but by lap 3 I was already almost a second behind. I don't know why, but I was starting to struggle already. It might have been what my components was worn, because some of my components were already over 50%, and it was only 4th race, which is a bit concerning, to be fair. Yeah, Stroll really wants to get past me. Oh my days, why do I keep pausing the menu, man? I'm gonna try and do that less, to be fair, in these videos or something. As yeah, it looks like there are a couple of trains on the menu. There's the Ferrari's got a massive lead, then there's the 5 for the podium, a massive train from Raikkonen or something, and then then there's a bit of a train because I'm starting to lose time between myself and the cars behind, even though I am starting to gap Stroll and Kvyat because them two are actually fighting, which is pretty good, even though I am literally struggling to do this corner. Seriously, this corner is like one of my worst on the game. I know like how to do it, but for some absolute reason I just can't do it consistently. I keep braking too late for some absolute reason. Oh, and I almost hit the wall. Yep, they've already caught up to me, the guys behind. That is awesome. And yeah, because Stroll was on the soft tyre, he was gonna try and make a move, but he eventually backs out. I don't know what he was doing, but he actually gets behind me, and he actually is gonna get more slipstream, so he eventually can try and get past me. As he's gonna try and send it down the inside. I'm gonna leave him space because I don't really want to like squish him or anything. I think I made a little bit of contact with him. I'm not too sure. Stroll's still trying to get past me. I'm trying to take the easiest line possible so I don't crash into him. And okay, we stay ahead of him, which is good. But Stroll will have DRS. I do not have any DRS because I'm like nowhere near any car in front, which is unfortunate. But Stroll's soft tires should start fading away soon, hopefully, as that was a very bad corner for me. I don't know what I'm doing at this point, but like, yeah. This race has been pretty boring so far, and I don't even know why. I was expecting some chaos today, but like, in this race. But there's been nothing as oh my age, I cannot do that corner for some absolute reason. Can I just please do it correctly, man? I'm literally holding up the train. Like, even the wheels are still sticking with the train, which is even funny. Okay, well, they're not that close, but like, they're trying their best. As yep, Raikkonen, I think, has gone away from the guys battling, so he is going to probably now be in a clean air now. As yep, I think I see on the mini-up that Perez is actually in a podium position somehow. I have no idea how he's in a podium position, which is kind of funny, because the Racing Boy isn't even one of the best cards. I mean, it is one of the higher midfield cards, but yeah, Stroll actually was P9 in Q1, but because he's not very good on this game, he can't really do anything at all. But I think Stroll's had a bit of a bad exit. Maybe if someone could overtake him, that would make it a lot easier for me. So yeah, eventually Stroll is still wanting to get past us. He is really trying to make the best use of the soft tyre, but it's not really helping him, to be fair. I thought I got damaged because I hit the wall a bit, but eventually, yeah, Stroll's probably going to get past us, to be fair. I'm not going to try and bother finding him. Unless there's enough room for me to try and make it down the inside. Which is what I'm going to do, is I'm going to send it down the inside of Stroll, and I kind of brake very late, but it works. I was able to get past him, but there's actually a yellow flag later on in the track, and that's because Sebastian Vettel, who was leading the race, is actually retiring. So like back in the 2018 Spanish Grand Prix, in this alternate universe, in this career mode save, oh, there's a safety car. Vettel retired on the last lap in my career mode save in F1 on the F1 2018 Spanish GP, and that has happened to him again while he was leading the race. Now, oh my, he's having very bad luck with that, but it is going to be a safety car. So we're all going to be up to P13 now. Because, yeah. Now, I don't know if... Now, I'm going to probably stay out, because I don't... These tires are still fine. I'm probably going to try and do the one-stop still. So, yeah. I think some guys were on the soft, so, like, Stroll and all the other guys behind me. And some of the guys... Yeah, they're probably going to pit, to be fair. But Perez now is in a net podium position, technically. Because... Okay, what am I doing now? Why am I almost hitting the wall? I don't know. That is pretty weird. But yeah, eventually after 2 laps behind the safety car, eventually we are now P9 after both Red Bulls, and I think someone else had pit, which is pretty interesting. So yeah, hopefully we can get a good restart and not do anything stupid, like crash into the wall like we did last time in qualifying. So yeah. Now, because my Xbox only allows me to record like max 10 minutes of a clip, I did actually have to pause halfway through the safety car thing, and yeah, there's a little bit of a cut as you can see, but eventually we are going to get on with the restarts. Yeah, eventually we're going to be restarting the race with 19 drivers left, and I was thinking about sending it down the inside of everyone, and oh, that was not a good idea. Okay, yeah, so I was thinking about sending it down the inside of a whole Grosjean, but I kind of broke too late and ended up going right into Grosjean, and I pushed him, I think. Yeah, I think I pushed Grosjean and gave him damage, which is concerning. And now we have wing damage ourselves, so our race is already practically over. We could pit and try and fix it, but our hard tires would already be dead by the end of lap 26. I mean, I don't think the tire on the hard tires is even that bad, to be fair. I think we could handle it, but like, yeah, I'm honestly struggling with the wing damage, seriously. I don't get what I was thinking, to be fair. And yep, this is really not going to help us, to be fair, because we're probably not even going to finish in the points. We could have had a chance of points because of the safety car, but I don't think that's really going to happen, to be fair. I mean, we didn't really have the pace anyway. And yep, the Red Bulls behind are kind of going crazy. They're trying to overtake everyone behind. And yeah, this is rather interesting. As I think Raikkonen I think stayed out. I think he's like in P4 or 5. I'm not sure. So yeah, there is a bit of a train. I'm trying my best to stick with the train, but I literally cannot with this wing damage, which is really making me struggle. So yeah, to be fair, I was actually struggling. Perez overtook me eventually, but that's because he was obviously on fresh tires and he actually pitted before the safety car. I didn't realize, but I think that was his teammate who was actually high up or something, I don't know. And yeah, Raikkonen is really struggling for some absolute reason. I don't know what is wrong with him, but I think he might have some sort of damage as he's really struggling here. As yeah, he's getting overtaken by Perez, and I want to try and overtake Raikkonen because he might have damage like me, but I don't really want to find, to be fair. Which will not make it easy. I cannot turn the car whatsoever, man. This is really not helping me. Oh, Perez is really going crazy. He wants to overtake Raikkonen, but we have the rich fuel, so like we are gonna get him. But we are actually closing on both of them, I think, and I might try and make a move on one of them. Come on, right? We're closing on Raikkonen. We're gonna try and make a move on Raikkonen, and we break too late, and oh no, we're gonna shine to Perez. Yeah, no, and I think I may have hit someone behind me. Oh, great. That is awesome. So now I have a red front wing, which means I'm honestly struggling as... Okay, what is Verstappen doing? Verstappen's on soft. I don't know what Verstappen's doing, but he's on soft tyre, actually. Those would already be worn out, to be fair. That's kind of crazy, as I'm gonna... never mind, I'm not gonna try and fight Verstappen, to be fair. I am actually struggling. Okay, what is Grosjean doing? He just put me into the wall. Okay, I think I may have put Grosjean into the wall also, because he lost a position to Albon. Oh, well, this race has been absolutely ruined, I guess. And yeah, we're eventually going to come into the pits because of the wing damage. Oh man, I was really starting to think that we could actually have a good race after the terrible race in Shanghai, but nope, that is not going to happen. We are probably going to be last place by the time we rejoin. He actually also had damage, I think. He got damage, I think, after the safety car restart. So yeah, he did pit very early. So yeah, we're going to probably... we're rejoining then last. Oh man. This race has really not gone to plan, to be fair, and yep. We're literally nowhere right now. This is awesome. KVI is only like 5 seconds ahead of us, so we could catch up to him, who knows. Oh my days, why do I keep pausing the menu, man? What is this game? But luckily for me, I did actually undercut a couple of people because of the pit stop. And yeah, eventually, after a couple more pit stops, we were actually back up to P13. So it wasn't that bad, I suppose. Well, P14 actually, but Sainz eventually rejoined. He was on medium. I wasn't too sure if he was able to bring that medium till the end. Well, I mean, if he extended his tire like that, then maybe he could. So yeah, eventually, Sainz actually had wing damage. As you can see, his M-plate was a bit gone, so eventually I just got past him, and now we're up to P13. I was hoping I could, like, catch up to the other guys ahead, because that would really help me. And I was starting to think to myself, maybe points might actually be on the cars. Who knows, maybe I could get points. I mean, I wasn't too sure, to be fair, if I would even get points, but yeah, I was hoping I would do. Well, unfortunately, me being me, that did not happen, because I was just casually chilling, making it onto the straight on the same exact lap, until I turned a bit too much, and yeah, hit the wall on the left side, and then on the right, and then on the left, and eventually, now I had a damage from wing, and yeah, I unfortunately could not stay out whatsoever, so I decided to come in. Oh my days, what was this race become, man? Oh, this is actually awful. Well, Raikkonen started in the top 10, now he's P15, I have no idea what's happened to him either. So we're going to rejoin in like, last place. Haas are also not having a good Grand Prix, as both of their cars are not even anywhere near. But oh my days, man, why? This game, actually, I should have probably reduced the damage or something. Oh, well, we're going to be rejoining last now, again. So we're probably going to finish last, unless there's a safety car. A safety car would massively help us, even though we would probably not gain anything from it. Well. I guess we're in last, I suppose. But anyway, I probably just had to push, to be fair, and eventually hope that Russell and the both Hasses would keep battling, and eventually I was able to close in. But luckily for me, the gap was actually closing down, as at first it was 15 seconds on the first lap, but eventually it started slowly but surely closing down. Now, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to overcome some sort of gap like this, but I knew it was possible, so eventually I kept doing laps as quick as I possibly could, and eventually I started getting closer and closer as they kept fighting. I think one of the Hasses actually had damage, which meant I was able to close in fairly easily. Now, to be fair, on lap 10, lap 20, the gap was still 11 seconds, so I was starting to lose a little bit of hope here, and yeah, maybe I was not going to be able to catch up to the guys, but to be fair, this has been probably one of my worst races. I mean, I know I started from the back of the grid, and I know I got damaged, but both of the times I got damaged, they were my fault because I was driving like an idiot, to be fair, if I'm being completely real. So, yeah, this will probably be one of the worst races in my career, if I'm being honest, even though I started, like, last. Oh, well. And yeah, I mean, I was still closing in, technically. This race, has been quite boring, to be fair. There was only one safety car. I was hoping for more, to be fair, but I don't think there's going to be a safety car any chance to help me till the end of the race. Oh well. The gap to Russell and Grosjean was closing down very quickly because they were both fighting, even though I have no idea how Grosjean's fine with Russell, because Russell's car is like 10 times worse than the Haas. I mean, the real life Haas was an absolute disaster, but for some reason on the R&D chart in this game, the Haas is in the higher midfield, which I don't get why this makes sense, but to be fair, in this race, the Haas's reality has really been shown, as Haas, to be fair, finished P9 in the Constructors after they with their shake car, to be fair. So, yeah. And it does seem like the Ferrari, I don't know which one it is, I mean Charles Leclerc, because Sebastian Vettel retired. So Charles Leclerc is actually leading the race ahead of one Mercedes. The Mercedes seems to be closing in on Leclerc, but I don't know if they're going to really do anything, to be fair. And yeah, it does seem like that Perez is running P4, which will be a great result. Last time out in the 2018 Baku Grand Prix in this universe, Perez would have actually finished P4. So, yeah, that is pretty good. And that was actually one of the most chaotic races. There weren't any safety cars, but there were quite some retirements. Well, and yeah, some shocking grid things, like somehow, somehow Sorokin, I don't know why I can't speak, somehow Sorokin finished P12 in that race. He finished ahead of me also. I finished P13, I think. I was ahead of Sainz and some other people, some of the other backmarkers, including my teammate, who actually ended up being a lap down from everyone because he actually got damaged from hitting someone or something. I don't know. I think he had to pit twice because he got damaged like twice during that race, which was very unfortunate. As Valtteri Bottas is actually out of the race. Valtteri... Okay, what? I have no idea what's happening. Valtteri Bottas has retired with just 3 laps to go. Oh, dear me. Bottas is already out of retirement this season, and this is just going to make it even worse. Oh, man. Why is it always the people who are in the top teams always having bad luck, to be fair? Like, I personally mean it's kind of stupid, but it's also pretty funny at the same time, because, Albon is also having the true Red Bull experience or something, because in the first 3 races, he's had a DNF, P7, and a P17. I don't even know what happened to him in Shanghai. I didn't look at the replay. I think he might have gone some sort of puncture, but it didn't show on the minimap something, or he probably just retired, but I was lapped, and it happened as I was crossing the finish line or something. I don't even know. Oh, well. So, yeah, Grosjean and Russell are still in front of me fighting, and I think I should probably try and push a bit more to try and get them. And yeah, eventually we're ending on the penultimate lap here. The gap is only 4.5 seconds. I mean, I know that may seem like a huge gap, but to be fair, if they keep battling, then this will really help us. Raikkonen's not really had a good race either. He is, I think, I think he's battling with what that Haas. I think he's battling with Magnussen, and I think he's like P14 or 13. I'm not sure. And yeah, the grid has been a bit mixed up here because 2 people retired, and there was a bit of a mixture in qualifying, to be fair, as both McLarens, who had the higher midfield car, actually did not qualify well, but they're all back somewhat in the points, I think. Well, I don't think any of them actually are in the points, which is a bit unfortunate. Oh, well, so yeah. The gap is only 2 seconds, actually, okay. Maybe we could catch up. We just gotta push on the final lap, but I am honestly not that sure, to be honest. As I cut the corner for some absolute reason, I have no idea why, but I'm kind of on fuel, which is really not going to help me, as I think I broke a little bit late. I thought I was going to go into the wall, but I actually ended up surviving, and I ended up pushing through that corner quite well, to be fair. Oh, right. So yeah, this race has been pretty interesting, as the leaders are now on the final lap, and I think Charles Leclerc is going to win his 2nd race now. I don't think Hamilton can actually do anything. He's not anywhere near. He was closing in, I think, but I don't think he's going to be able to do anything. Because yeah, but you can see here that Russell is only 2 seconds in front of us, and because he's going to have the DRS from Grosjean, I think he's going to try and get past him. And if they fight, then I can probably get past both of them, which will be pretty good for me. Alrighty, so we're going to be heading on to the final lap just in a bit, and as yeah, there isn't really much for me to say, to be fair, as I think Russell is actually closing on Grosjean. I can barely see them in the distance going side by side. So yeah. And yep, they're all going side by side just in front of me, and they're all battling, so I'm going to be able to close in, but I don't think I'm going to be close enough to get the DRS in the first DRS detection zone. So yep, and I hope they're still going at it, which is pretty cool. But Charles Leclerc is going to actually win the race, his second win of the season, which will definitely help him. It's crazy to think that in his second year, he might actually be a title contender in this game, as Charles Leclerc wins the Baku GP. But Hamilton does take the fastest lap, and Russell actually had a mechanic glitch, so I knew I could go overtake him. Okay, well, Grosjean's got past him. I don't know if I was going to be able to get both of them, but I was going to try and send it on Russell down the inside, as if we're going to brake very late, send it down the inside of Russell. We're going to squeeze him, and oh no. Okay, Russell, what are you doing? Okay, Russell just decided to send me round, alright. What, I don't know what that was, to be fair. He just decided to send me round for some absolute reason. Okay, what is this, bro? I literally gave him space, and for some absolute reason, he just didn't back out. This is why I do not like overtaking the AI through those corners, because the AI sometimes do not like it. They like close in and just... Okay, they like close the door and stuff, and then it just... Yeah, they just don't give you room. I'm just gonna limp it safely to the flag without letting Russell get through, and eventually Perez actually gets on the podium because of Bottas' retirement, so that's a great result for Racing Point. And Stroll also gets his first point of the year, I think, so I think he was actually in P7 or something. And both Red Bulls do a decent recovery, and I think both Renaults are also in the points, so good points for Renault and Racing Point. This McLaren unfortunately did not score, which is not really going to help them in the higher midfield battle either. And I think, yeah, there isn't really anything surprising. Kubica, I think, finished P14 somehow, and I have no idea how that is possible, to be fair. He finished out of a Toro Rosso, when Toro Rosso have like a better car than him, as I don't know why I paused them anyway. But yeah, eventually we're going to round to the flag, and we're going to finish P17 for a bit of a disappointing race.
Great drive. We're really happy with that performance.
So, another excellent win from Ferrari. Talk to me, Ants. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Without a doubt, the safety car changed everything today. The key to their success was keeping calm and reacting to the situation quickly. We've seen teams in the past throw away wins because they were too hesitant, but here they were decisive, and that's allowed them to take the advantage.
Here come our winners now. A thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again.
So yeah, Charles Leclerc is going to take his second win in a row of the season just out of Lewis Hamilton. Perez gets a podium. What a drive from him to have starting P5. And just out of both Red Bulls, Ricciardo gets some good points, Stroll gets his first point, so that's Hülkenberg and Kvyat. They all get points, and Lando Norris gets the final point. So yeah, he will finish just out of Carlos Sainz. Raikkonen did not have a good race. He did not have any pace for some absolute reason. Just out of Magnussen. Kubica finishes P14. Just out of Gasly, Grosjean, myself, who, yeah, had a terrible race. Russell, and then Bottas and Vettel failed to finish. Oh, well, that was a rather interesting race. So, championship standings, Leclerc has closed the gap to Hamilton by 8 points now, just ahead of Vettel, Verstappen, Bottas. Perez jumps up the order after that very good result, and Albon gets back in the top 10 after he finishes a race. Ricciardo still P10, just ahead of Raikkonen, Norris, Stroll, Hülkenberg, Grosjean, Gasly, Kvyat. We're now down to P18. Just ahead of both Williams, who have not scored. Constructors, Alfa Romeo do drop down to P8, unfortunately, but Ferrari now take the lead by 9 points. And then it's Red Bull, Racing Point jump up massively up the order. And yeah, the midfield seems pretty close, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I am going to end the video, and I'll see you all next time. So goodbye and take care, everyone.